join this conversation on facebook.com/joynewsontv and on Twitter is at joynewsontv. Now, government has finally decided to cancel the mandatory towing levy to be replaced with a pay-as-you-tow system. This means owners of broken down vehicles will have to bear the cost. But the towing service providers have expressed dissatisfaction with the decision to cancel the mandatory towing levy, adding the new policy will do little to reduce road carnage caused by these broken down vehicles. Now, what do you make of the cancellation of the mandatory towing levy?
Oh, of course it's on course. If your car just spoiled and you call the towing levy to the towing company to come for it, it's a step in the right direction, but I don't think that they should pay a mandatory fee for them to come for it. That one, I don't think that's really advisable. But if you call them or they come for it and go and pay an amount to just get your car back, that's really good.
Now the point now is they will tow your car and you pay.
Yes.
And it's fine. Because if you said, as you were saying before, as you keep money down for your car, for a time your car will get spoiled, then they will take out from that money. It's never done. You see, so when you pay for service, it's better.
Before this government is coming to issue this bill, the bill was in session, but it seems Ghanaian wasn't even put into the practice. And my issue is the government have to maintain as it was. Formally, if somebody being at fault by his own car, that person have right to pay it for the towing car. But to bring another bill adding that any vehicle owner or driver have to license for it, that one is not legal.
Yeah, I think it's good because many cars are damaged on the road, and based on that, it creates accidents because of some of them are not having means and ways to tow it away. So being that the person thinks that unless he gets money before he can come and tow his car away. So if government is implementing such idea, I think it's good for him to bring that idea.
Well, those are just a few of the comments out there. A lot more of the comments are on Facebook. Is sure?
Kwesi Wasanyepa says, why should the towing companies cry? They would have abused it if it had been implemented. Since when did they realize broken down cars cause accidents? Was that after MPP won power? The entire nation didn't welcome the idea. So were they expecting the government to force it on us or what? Black man, when it's coming to you, then it's good. But when it's against you, it's bad. Berema Kubaji says, I'm particularly so excited that they have coiled back into their shells and are almost dumping what they themselves called nuisance, yet turn around to implement. Why would someone who is known and can be traced so easily have this car breakdown and expect that I share the cost of it being towed? Anyway, they try to bring it, common sense will prevail. Anyway they try to bring it, common sense will prevail and will be fiercely resisted. TZ says, if care is not taken, the towing companies may rip off motorists by charging exorbitant fees. Measures must be put in place to check this. The yearly payment could have been cheaper though. And James Abusanga says the cancellation of mandatory towing levy is in the right direction, but proper measures must be put in place to prevent avoidable road accidents.
And Michael Wanyo writes, if the broken down vehicle owner does not have enough money demanded by the towing service provider, the vehicle will be left in the middle of the road to kill innocent road users. Nasser Hassan Yaima says, that's good because majority of Ghanaians are against the mandatory towing levy. Thumbs up to the old man and his government. But of course, Michael, you can't buy a car without thinking of its maintenance. So once you've been able to buy a car, you should be able to take care of whatever happens to the car. And those are some of your comments on Facebook. Also, the Ghana Institute of Social Democracy has started lecturing its members on the party's ideologies. The school, which received over 700 applications, is expected to inculcate into students political leadership and the NDC's ideologies. Question: would you attend such a school, and why?
Yeah, sure, I would. If I'm actually interested in the governance of my nation, and which I'm actually interested in, and I want to know something about it, I should, because you just don't support a party without knowing what they are about.
Yes, because if it's of much benefit to me, I would like to enroll and then have that benefit to my life.
I wouldn't want to.
Why?
The reason being that just recently when NPP came into power, they sacked most of the people they think they were in a particular party and employed their people. So if you go to such a school, at the end, when a different party comes on board, they will think, no, you were enrolled in this party, and at the end, this is what you are going to do against them. So they wouldn't employ you.
If I get opportunity, I will enroll at any point, and I can't afford to miss it. Our social democratic credentials, by integrating it into a single block through the establishment of an institution that will inculcate the value of social democracy into our supporters, you understand, and the followers and sympathizers of the party, in order for Ghanaians to appreciate and understand what exactly social democracy or social democratic philosophies and principles stands for and is about. I think they're in the right direction, and I encourage them in that regard.
More of the messages are here on Facebook. Let's check them out.
President says, the moment I saw Peter Otukono as the rector of the school, that was when I realized from brainwash what at all will such a school teach. NDC, you claim free SHS is not feasible, but such a school is feasible and prudent. Are they paying fees? Kwame Asante says, those who even completed government-accredited institutions find it difficult in securing jobs after completion. How much more this one? Me, I won't waste my time in Po. Edward Kingsford says, does that mean every party should have its own institution and teach its prospective politicians? I can sense mediocrity here. And James Abusanga says, I would attend if I'm a party member, because it's good to know the do's and don'ts of your party and what your party stands for. And
Hadora Mystical writes, I'm a floating voter, and as such I may attend in case I change my mind to join. I will understand them better. Baye Jeremiah says, I will not, because no political party runs the affairs of a state in Africa with one ideology. The so-called Social Democrats are the ones that collapsed the social intervention policies and programs in Ghana. I wish them well anyway. And we all wish them well. And finally, many interesting scenarios pop up on a daily basis in our marriages and relationships. This means we step on each other's toes almost every day. Well, let's see the 3 sins that have been identified as most difficult to forgive. 1, habitual lying. 2, committing a crime and going to prison, and 3, having a break baby. So tell me, which one of these would you find it very difficult to forgive your spouse or partner?
Habitual lying.
Why?
The reason is very simple. Lying has to do with trust. And when you're in a relationship where trust is not part of it, it becomes extremely difficult. You cannot live your life day by day without trusting your partner. So I think, to me, trust is number 1 thing, because it gives you guys a very good bonding. And when you are lying, I really don't know if you are telling me when you are not telling me the truth and when you are telling me the lies. So it becomes a problem personally.
Habitual lies.
Why?
Because it depends on the lie. For instance, if I'm in a relationship with you and then you get pregnant or you abort a baby, which is not mine, and then I ask you a question about, you having operation and other things, and you tell me that it was an appendix or, another line, I get to find out that it was a different thing altogether. I wouldn't be able to forgive you.
Having a break baby.
Why?
Because you've committed adultery. Committing an adultery, I cannot keep on coming to reconcile with you. I can't reconcile because of that, because of committing the adultery.
I'm a Christian, and then if I can't forgive, then that doesn't make me a Christian. So I don't see why I shouldn't forgive her. I have to forgive her.
Even if she's a habitual liar?
She's a Christian, and I'm a Christian, and then she's a human being, so I have to. Even Jesus Christ did the same thing, so that's it.
Break baby?
It doesn't matter. The Bible says thou shalt not judge. So as soon as I judge my fellow person, then meaning I'm not. Because if I don't have the capacity to judge one fellow, then I shouldn't go in and then pronounce to people that I'm a Christian. No, I should forgive.
Habitual lying.
Why?
Yeah, because continuous lying is even difficult than the rest of the things that you... How can I be with you and you always... How can I believe you in the first place? Because whatever you tell me is a lie. So habitual lying is the most...
And Israel, I tend to agree with the people who feel habitual lies is the most dangerous. Of course, I can't stand people who lie, and it will be very difficult to forgive you when you lie.
Yeah, and indeed, I mean, if you're somebody who's truthful, you expect that people would give you that same
in return.
You know,
and if it doesn't come,
so when it doesn't come, especially, or you assume,
you know,
that the person is truthful,
yeah,
or telling you the truth, and yet the person is lying through the teeth.
It may, I mean, it become you feel you've been betrayed when that happens.
Because what says, unless my partner threatens me with acid like Macho Man Abrakwa found herself in a diabolic act like Lucasius Ifiash Shua or vote for NDC, I can forgive for anything. I don't know where you're sending this one. Barry Makubaji says, in fact, none of the three, because I chose to stay with my partner no matter the circumstance. Most relationships don't end anywhere because everyone is Lord. Yes, I may get quite worked up over certain issues, but none can get to the extent of a breakup. Never. Jaguar says, habitual lying. My ex could lie about almost everything. She says, going to court at night. Admitted at the hospital, so no calls. I'm busy, will call you back, etc. All in order to cheat. Hate her with passion.
Oh, that's sad. And Donyo Alfred says, habitual lying is a bad thing. The little things that we don't consider turns out to be the most dangerous. So God help us. And there are more of that there. David, if we can see. Okay, so...